Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We are back again with the Gran Turismo Oldies and their Showcase Manufacturers Cup, where we are spending the season dropping in. Hey man, I'm just dropping in to check out certain leagues as they go. They're running 3 leagues this season, and they wanted all-out coverage. So we've been popping into certain leagues. This round, it's League 2 we're looking at, round 5 at Bathurst. So exciting. In the Group 4 cars, so we get 2 races for our money, ladies and gentlemen. 2 25-minute races on the racing medium tyres, and the second grid is the grid of that is the results of the first race, and the first race they qualified for, and I've got the grid written down and ready to look at. The last time we saw these guys, I believe, was round 2 at Road Atlanta, and that was thrilling. So again, I'm excited to see these guys back in action and catch up with what they've been up to. You know, I've got their positions. As we look down the grid, we'll mention where they are in the table and refresh ourselves with what's going on. I think that's Can Do in the chat saying good afternoon Thingamajig. Can Do, it is. I'm getting there, man. I learn. Not as fast as AI, but I do learn. Right then, so here we are then, the GTO Manufacturers Cup Showcase League 2, round 5 at the Mountain, ladies and gents. So we'll have a look at how they have qualified. I've heard they've dropped the qualifying on hard tyres thing, so everyone qualified on the same tyres. This is just the straightforward grid as it stands. And I never know what's going on at Bathurst with the pole, because it always seems to be the person who puts it on pole ends up in second, because I think it's a better grid spot than actual pole position. So, but I'll always call pole. That's who I am. If it's a pole, it's a pole. If it, what does it say? What do they say? If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So that's how we're going along with this. But it could be either way. It could be either one of these guys on the front row is on pole, because it's very strange, the Bathurst grid thing, I've always found. But on paper, it's Dusty. Dusty on pole, sitting currently after 4 rounds, 9th in the grid on 39 points, which surprised me because Dusty is a player and featured heavily in that the second round for them, but the first race we covered of League 2. So Dusty currently 9th in the table on 39 points, but sitting on pole in the Mustang. In second place, or it could be first, you never know. It's the flinch, ladies and gentlemen, the full inch. And I've got to say, he's been lucrative while we've been away. He's been a busy boy. Currently first in the championship on 66 points. So the full inch, it's working for him. Whatever he is doing, he's doing it correctly. Andrew in the chat saying hi thingy. Cassini here. Missed this one, so looking forward to seeing the boys in Group 2. Yes, they do give us some good racing, especially when they're in the Group 4 cars. It's fantastic stuff. Then third on the grid so far, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Mersch. I'm sure he used to teach me science back at City Boys, but I could be wrong. But Mr. Mersch then, third on the grid, currently 8th in the championship on 41 points. So Mr. Mersch needs to make up some points here. I mean, 8th, it's a really tight table, I've got to say, at this point. So 8th, he gets a handful of points and he'll probably jump up to about 3rd or 2nd. But 8th currently on the grid for Mr. Mersch, in the table for Mr. Mersch, but on the grid, he is 3rd to start here at Bathurst. 4th, it's the classic, ladies and gentlemen, the classic Alfa Romeo, and that is piloted by Schneider. So, no, it's not. That's Mr. Mersch. That's Schneider. Holy schmoly, I've got it all wrong. I've even written them down. Mr. Mersch is 3rd. Right. I promise you, I write them off the list that it tells you in the corner. I honestly do. Thanks, Thingamajig, for doing these. Hey, man, it's my pleasure. And honestly, I wouldn't have got that. That's Schneider. He didn't have nothing to do with my education, I promise you. So Schneider is, he's there. He's in the Honda. He's currently 7th in the championship, just ahead of Mr. Mersch on 44 points, with Mr. Mersch, who apparently is this fella here, is on 41 points, and they are on the second row, we're going to say. I don't know. This grid's crazy. I don't even know where I am anymore. We're going to check names before we start. Oh, look, someone's livery hasn't pinged in. And I don't know if that's Kilroy or Candu. We'll try and reload. We'll see. Who are you? So that's Kilroy. This has got to be Candu. Candu, did you have a livery? Yeah, we'll reload that one and see if we can get Candu's livery in. So Candu is 5th, and he's 5th on my list. I am going to go. And he's currently 2nd in the championship on 59 points. So chasing down Flinch there with a 7-point deficit. He's starting 5th with the full inch at the top there. That's going to be a big ask. A big ask for Can Do. Then in 6th place, we have Kilroy, 5th in the championship, currently on 46 points, 46 points. So shows you how tight. They're all pretty much in the 40s, apart from Can Do and Full Inch. Oh, and someone else further down. We'll see. So, sorry, this is crazy now. I've not done this great. 6th is Kilroy on the grid, ladies and gents. 7th on the grid is Cap in the, I hope it is, Cap in the Alfa Romeo. Currently 8th in the championship, but 41 points, like I said. He's joint 8th, with Mr. Mersch on 41 points, but, 5th on 46 points. It's tight. 5th is 46 points. It's a handful of points away from greatness. Can Do saying I believe it's the course car, and this was not my best race. Just that TT just don't have enough speed. Well, we'll try and reload it in at the end, see if we can get it bruised up. So Cap, 7th on the grid. He's got 41 points. He's joint 8th with Mr. Mersch in the table currently. Then 8th. Oh, it's a Porsche. I do like a Porsche. It's the Cayman, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Borrow in 8th place. He's currently 5th in the championship on 46 points. So Borrow going for gold, but he's at the wrong end of the grid for those points, it seems. But Borrow 8th. Must be a very tight championship. 9th then is that another? No, that has loaded in. 9th is the Nissan of Spawny, or it should be Spawny. Spawny. No, Grekos. What the schnee? Oh, I'm gonna complain to someone. That's Spawny in 10th. So okay, this is Grekos in 10th place. He's on 12 points, but he's only taken part in one round up to this point in 10th in the championship. So that's Grekos in the Nissan. Then we have Spawny here in 10th, apparently. You wait, and when I get them numbers up, you'll see how wrong all of this is. So Spawny there, he's 3rd in the championship on 52 points. So starting in 9th is a huge one, because he doesn't want to lose those points. He's got momentum going at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, for Spawny. And then down here we have Old Codger Racer in his McShady, 4th in the championship on 51 points. So he has been busy whilst we've been covering the other leagues. Starting from last, right. Before I reload then, well, look. So I've got Dusty in 1st, Flinch 2nd, Mr. Mersch 3rd, thank you very much, Schneider in 4th, then we've got Can Do in, oh look, that shows you've got a livery. What the fudge is that about? Can Do in 5th, Kilroy in 6th, Cap in 7th, Borrow in 8th, Spawny in 9th, Grekos in 10th, and Old Codger in 11th. So God knows what happened with that grid. Because it's Australia and it's all down under and back to front. So yeah, the Audi does show that it's loaded there. We'll give this one a go, and if this don't work, we'll come out of it even more so. Yeah, we've got to come out of it even more so. We might even do our cookies while we're here. Why not? Just for the hell of it. In the real menu simulator, we'll go through all the menus. Always clean out your cookies, kids. It's important. Right then, let's see if we can go back and find Can-Do's livery. Because we're not going anywhere until we've got that livery. I'm telling you, we're not doing it. Where is it? Down here. Race 1. That's a quick load up. You better have loaded up Can-Do's livery, or I'll give you something. What for? Right then, and yeah, baby, there you go. See, kids, it's just about going that little extra. It's just about putting a little bit of effort in sometimes. It's always got to be worth it. I could have just gone and said, sod it, no, we're doing no livery, and gone, but we wouldn't have got that sweet, sweet cause livery now, would we have done? And yeah, it was worth it. It will be worth it, trust me. Right then, thank you for your patience, ladies and gents. We are just seconds away from the start of race 1, round 5 for League 2 in the GTO. Let's go. Oh no, Schneider jumped the start there, and I can understand why. That was a long hold. Dusty takes the lead ahead of Mr. Mersch, absolutely flying in the four-wheel drive Alpha off of the line, but the Ferrari of Kilroy is on the scene to make sure everything is above board, but Mr. Mersch staying ahead for now as the Ferrari dips in behind, and full inch lost out totally there on the start, going down to 4th. Borrow fighting it out with poor Schneider just ahead, but yeah, he jumped that start, and I understand why. That was a long hold on those lights. I felt ridiculous trying to do the let's go thing. Cap then in 8th place, with Can-Do slipping down into 9th in the TT. He's already said in the chat the TT just didn't have the power, didn't have the grunt to keep up with these guys. Old Codger in the Merc up to 10th as Spawny has slipped. Spawny, remember, is in the championship fight at the moment, and he cannot be done with these. He's going to need other people to have problems ahead. But Dusty at the moment in the Mustang, absolutely claiming all for his own as he goes through the S's. Very, very tricky part of the track. Gravity is against you. Your brakes aren't as good as you'd wish they were, and the car is just lulling around like a crazy person. And it's a big fight like this one, trying to get the car slowed down. And that Dusty, it looked like he was struggling there, but he got through it absolutely sweet as a nut. And he has pulled out a lovely gap now from Kilroy, who's got himself ahead of Borrow. No, full inch, still down in 4th with Schneider, trying to make his way back to the pack. Grikos is doing a great job there in 6th place. The boss holding his own against the Audi of Can-Do. Cap all up in Can-Do's business. He's going to have a sniff and a whiff out of that toe going into the chase. And is it worth it? No, he holds back on the 4C. The Alpha just might not also have the grunt he was hoping for. Now, Old Codger, I think that should have the grunt, the McShady, and it's very shiny. The aero on that must be fabulous. It must cut through the wind. Spawny then, oh, Mr. Mersch, both Alphas not enjoying the Bathurst experience, as they are both down in last places. Mr. Mersch as well, finding the rear derriere of the pack. Spawny as well, playing catch up to the gang. Dusty, though, in the Mustang, making it clear whose day it is today, with Kilroy chasing him down, and Flinch now moving for that 3rd spot against Borrow. Borrow on the outside is never going to win that one, with Flinch grabbing that apex, and the Flinch up and through on board with the Porsche at the moment, with Borrow giving it the big beans up the hill, and he's got Schneider in a Honda behind him he's got to be concerned about, because Schneider is ready to leap. He's going to be absolutely furious with the start that he had and how quick his reflexes are, that they went before the actual lights went. And that is some fast reflexes, ladies and gents. It's telepathic reflexes. Borrow then playing a dare with the walls around here, and a little lift there. He's got to get brave with that, because Flinch pulled away from him a bit there. And then down into the scary part of the track. Oh, beautiful stuff from the Porsche driver, clinging on to the apexes. I like they were his lost long mother. Beautiful stuff. Schneider keeping close eye on the Porsche ahead in his Honda, with the boss in 6th, staying ahead of Can Do. And pretty much this is just staying off of the walls at the moment. Oh, Kodja slipping back a little bit. Must have had a bit of an issue. And he does have those Alphas chasing him down, so he's got to be careful. Dusty absolutely landing this one. He's slapped, ladies and gentlemen. He has arrived, he slapped, and he's putting it to bed. Beautiful stuff from the Mustang driver. Kilroy in 3rd, chasing him down, and the Flinch, who is riding high. Remember, Flinch is riding high in that championship at the top on 66 points. The closest man to him is Can Do on 59 points. Can Do currently running in 7th place, and the Flinch has got every reason to try and get past Dusty, who's 9th at the moment in the championship on 39 points. And who else is ahead of him? Kilroy, who is 5th on 46 points. They are small fry to Flinch. Get out of my way, insignificant people of the championship. Sorry. I'm sure it's all... I mean, it's like a handful of points. These guys could jump from 5th in the championship up to 2nd with a win or a podium. So it's that tight a championship. But Flinch he's used to be leading the championship now. He's used to being on top. He's got that mindset. They're in his way. Borrow keeping with them in the Cayman. Schneider trying to play catch up at the moment and doing a very good job, because he's dropped the boss. Oh, the boss going too wide with Can Do in a part of the track you would not ordinarily go too wide in, and Can Do very brave up the inside there, and the boss is left out to dry whilst Cap comes through as well. And oh, poor boss there. Grekos losing out there for 2 positions, and Can Do really got his elbows out there. He got his brave hat on and went in and shoved that nose of the Audi TT in a spot you wouldn't ordinarily see an overtaking done. So Can Do now, new lease of life in the Audi, but he's got Cap and Grekos chasing him down, with Spawny now ahead of the Kodja. The Kodja's had an issue. The Kodja has had an issue, ladies and gentlemen, and now the 2 Alphas are not the last cars on track, and Kodja has picked up a 1.5 second penalty for the issue that he has had. Dusty at the moment putting this one to sleep, putting it to rest, ladies and gentlemen, making sure there is no doubt whatsoever who is the king of the mountain. Kilroy in 2nd place, being chased by the Ferrari of Full Inch, but Ferrari cannot shake Borrow, and now Borrow has Schneider for company. Spawny Racer in the chat saying evening. Well, hello, good sir. This is a warm-up to the F1 race tonight. Can Do, cracking stuff. He's in sight of those ahead as well. So Can Do playing it down in the chats, saying that it wasn't a great race for him, but he's currently in 6th place, chasing down. Flinch seems to be the one that's holding these guys up. Borrow tucked up right behind him, and Schneider catching up with the pair of them. Now is Can Do catching up with them. Can Do a 19.5 last time around. Schneider 18.9. That is juicy. That is a juicy lap time. Borrow a 19.1 with Flinch with a 19.3 there. This is giving Kilroy a great opportunity with a 19.0 to pull away and chase down Dusty, and hope Dusty, because Dusty's pulling 17s, ladies and gentlemen. That is something else. Look at the size of those testicles. My word. I've never seen a reproductive organ like it. Maybe on an elephant, possibly. Kilroy, he's got it quite comfortable, but there is Flinch there, and Flinch seems to have pulled away a little now from Borrow, and now Borrow's got new problems, new issues to deal with, called Schneider in his Honda, coming in hot and heavy. Ooh, how did he get that round? The back end looked like it was too far back, but he got it. Then into the deep braking and a little bit of leaning, a little bit of contact there from the Schneider, and he has slowed down. I don't think it was on purpose. He just caught Borrow unawares, and he's had to back off that one, and that's put Borrow back into fourth, but it's put Candu back into the action, and Candu owes Schneider a hamper of ham, cured ham, hams from around the world. So Candu there getting a gift, and now going on the attack of the Borrow, and this side by side into the chase, but it's not happening, and Borrow comes out ahead of Candu in his Audi TT. Schneider regrouping. You know he's got the pace. He did the attack once before. It can happen again, ladies and gentlemen. We're nearly 10 minutes into this, I believe, 25-minute race, and it is exhilarating, to say the least. Cap, some reason, has fallen off the fight with the boss. Spawny. Spawny is slowly catching the pack. He can see Grikos and Cap up ahead. So that'll be lifting his spirits. Oh, an 18.5 from Boss though. Cap 19.5. So they're doing good lap times. Spawny, he's only doing 19.9s himself in the Alpha. The Alpha looks a bit slow, doesn't it, ladies and gents? An 18.3 from Mr. Mersch there last time around. But yeah, it looks like the Alpha might be a little bit unpredictable here at the mountain. Not on the pace with the other guys. Those guys have left them behind, haven't they? Old Codger with his issues in the Merc. I think it's the wheelbase. It's too long. It's too long a car. Doesn't get round the corners very well. Dusty at the moment in the Mustang, owning the mountain. He has made a purchase. They're talking about deeds. And yeah, oh, a little touch with the wall. I don't even think there was a touch with the wall, but it was so close. It looked like there was. Kilroy still with the other Ferrari for company, full inch, still fancying more points. Sorry for the gulping. I've got a fridge cookie dough, and man alive, the consistency is like custard. It's lovely, but wow, it's thick as hell. It's gloopier than the remains of my love. So Borrow then in fourth place with Candu in fifth. I would have thought. I've been gobbing that down and all. Borrow, very defensive. Nice. Parking it on the apex, putting Candu into Schneider's issues. And Candu then fighting on two fronts at the moment. He is the meat in their sandwich. And Borrow there being very wise on the corners. Getting in tight, not leaving the opening on the inside. And Candu is now going to have his hands full of Hondas. And meanwhile, whilst they duke it out, Cap is on his way in his little 3C, I don't know, is it 4C in it? The little Alpha. The wee little handbag Alpha. Fits in your pocket. Boss has lost a bit of time to the Cap, and Spawny still playing catch up in that Alpha. 218, 6 last time out, finding it a bit of pace, but he's got Mr. Mersch coming in hot and fast, and now he's probably going to keep Spawny on his toes there. It's a different race than the rest of the guys are having. It's the Alpha 155 race down here. Oh no, last thing that Spawny needs whilst Mr. Mersch is closing in is a 1.5 second penalty. Old Codger, he's a little too far to gain anything out of Spawny's penalty there. Meanwhile, up at the front, Dusty leads again and gets another fastest lap. These guys cannot live with him. Oh, Flinch is ahead of the kill. Kilroy slipped back. OMG. Oh, should we? God, for God's sakes, it could have happened. 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh, come on. It was so long ago. Sorry, guys. So, Kilroy then. And it's just down to lap times. Flinch has gone in. And he is pushing now. 18.4 that last time around. Kilroy 18.8. Only 4 tenths in it, but Flinch is in the zone, up the inside, and it was worth it. It was worth it, ladies and gentlemen. What a move. Up the inside, sweet as a nut, controlled as an OCHD, someone with obsessive compulsive, yeah, OCD. There you go, I got there in the end. I don't like initials, they do my head in. Yeah, as controlled as an OCD person. Never mind. Dusty out there in the lead. Flinch got his second off of Kilroy in a very good and controlled manner. Borrow there is under the pressure of the Can-Do. I don't think we've seen any of this, so we'll just watch this until we catch up. Ooh, them walls are so close. Schneider is climbing all over the rear derriere of Can-Do at the moment. Can-Do not living with the Porsche as he tries to get defensive against Schneider, and meanwhile Cap is closing in the little 4C. A little slide there from, oh, was that a bounce off the wall for Can-Do as he left himself wide open for Schneider as they come into the S. There's contact between the two of them. They're both in the wall. OMG. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Going back, that was barely anything. Looked like Can-Do had knocked the wall. We saw him bounce a little bit, and then Schneider tries to get up the inside of him, but I think Can-Do had already lost the car and then collected Schneider, who's managed to stay. No, Schneider's slowing down. Schneider's slowing down to redress for Can-Do. I would have said that was just an absolute racing incident. I mean, Can-Do wasn't going at top speed anyway. But yeah, I suppose he came in with contact. Well, this is why I'm not a steward, because I don't like trying to work out that. It was an accident originally, and it's so Schneider, yeah, pulling over, letting Can-Do through. I don't even think it was a purposeful manoeuvre. I just think it was a one of those things. Borrow still in fourth now. Cap up and into fifth, getting some points. What's Cap doing in the championship? Joint eighth with Mr. Mersch on 41 points, and that is a big injection of points for the Cap in this championship. This is still the first race. We've still got 10 minutes to go. This race is absolutely filled with action. Full inch then, after getting past Kilroy, is starting to open up a gap to him. And Dusty absolutely happy as Larry out there in the big wilderness all by himself. He's just got to watch out for Ruse. That's all he's got to concern himself with. Edward Chase saying, I tapped the left wall and he was not at fault. He didn't need to pull over. You see, yeah, I got it. I called it right. I said that. I said I thought you'd knock the wall, and it was just sort of like, you know, you weren't at top speed. He tried to move up the inside, and then it all just went wrong. But hey, you know, sometimes it's better just to pull over, as we found out for Beaver. What's his name? Behrman. In the sprint race, if he just let Antonelli by, he could have had another biter trying to get that 8th place back, but instead he held ground and then got a hefty penalty. So, although really he didn't have any room to be on the track. Again, I wouldn't be a steward because I didn't think Behrman deserved 10-second penalty either in the sprint race. So that's why I don't steward things. I've been asked. I did actually try it, and I ended up disagreeing with the stewards, so it's no good. I obviously don't read it right. Well, I know none of these guys go out there to drive into people. That's daily racers, yeah. You get people who do that because that's fun for them. But usually in leagues, you find no one is aiming to drive into someone. It would be down to a pure accident. And most of these pro sim racers, ladies and gents, they're mortified if they ruin someone else's race because they know how much it doesn't mean to them. It's not like the end of the world, but it's like, you know, they look forward to this all week round. This is their little release. This is their getting out of their heads. They're getting into a little new world, a little bit of escapism, and then they just want to have a bit of fun. Boys just want to have fun together, okay? So yeah, no one wants to ruin anyone else's race. It's never the intention. So stewarding these races is really difficult because someone might be at fault, but it would be not on purpose usually. So Cap then in 5th, he's still being chased by the boss, And Can Do on a recovery after his little tap with the wall and then a tap with Schneider. And poor Schneider there in 8th. He was making ground after a terrible start, and he's got to do it all again. Luck is not on the side of the Schneider today. And Mr. Mersch has got past Spawny. Oh, Spawny looks like he's going slow at the moment. And Mr. Mersch absolutely slinging. Well, he did qualify very well, didn't he? He qualified 3rd or 4th. And now he's getting purples. And Mr. Mersch is finding his feet. But he's got a bit of distance to make up. But there's Schneider. Schneider's not going to be any slouch to get by. He's on the move. Can Do also on the move. Oh, with the 17.7. Good lap time from Schneider. That's in the same seconds of Dusty. I think no one else has got it into the 17s apart from Dusty. They may be now because of the cars getting lighter. Yeah, there we see Flinch. He's in the 17s. He's also getting purples as the cars get lighter as the race goes on. Kilroy just touching 17s. He's just on the outside of them. And it looks like the Ferrari choice car around Bathurst here with them in 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Borrow in the little K-Man being chased by Cap, and Cap is a little faster at the moment than Borrow. Borrow could be in trouble before the end of this race. We're coming up to the 18-minute mark. Still a good 7 minutes of racing to go here. And yeah, Cap is on the Insurgents. He's finding the 4C a little nicer when it's a little lighter on fuel. Grekos, the boss, is 18.4 last time around, and he's got Can Do coming in at a remarkable speed. So Can Do on the move as well, and the boss could be in trouble as he clambers over the curbs there, and the Nissan does not look like it's a curb crawler. It doesn't look like it likes to bounce off those curbs. And it looked very unsteady coming back onto the road then. So, boss, you might want to stay off the curbs on that car. It doesn't look like it rides them well. Can Do then. Purples for Can Do. An 18.0 for the boss. And Can Do then 16.8. Nearly a second and 2/10 faster than Bossman. Cap is left then behind. He's chasing down Borrow. Borrow 18.8. Cap 0.8 faster his last time around. Kilroy with an 18.9. Now these guys could catch up Kilroy. It wouldn't be unthinkable. With Flinch leaving him behind at 17.5. He's not going to catch Dusty at this rate. And Dusty now trying to get it into the 16s. He's playing a game with himself, ladies and gents. Old Codger not having a good time. It doesn't look like the McShady was built for Bathurst. Spawny has had, he's got the speed, but he's had problems along the way. Mr. Mersch also had one big problem along the way, and now he's coming back into play as he closes in on Schneider, and Schneider a second slower that lap than Mr. Mersch. So Mr. Mersch really is chugging it along in the Alfa Romeo 155, a classic, some would say. As they come down the hill, the mountain, should I say. Ooh, a nice high gear there, blow the engine. So close, but so far. He keeps seeing flashes of the Honda, but the Honda is, I think Schneider's picked up the pace here. Because he's not closing in now, is he? He looks like he's dropped a bit. Schneider's definitely, he's raised the game. He's raised the bar, for sure. Grekos has caught up with Can Do there. Can Do, after we saw him doing the fastest... Oh no, is that the other way round? Can Do's obviously caught up with Grekos, sorry. We missed it, but Can Do has made a move on the Nissan. So the Audi back into action then, chasing down Cap. Cap with a 19.0 that time around. Oh, that's not great. 18.3 from Can Do, but he had that getting past Bossman, didn't he? A 19.7 from the Bossman there, and Schneider, 19.3, not great from him. 18.7 from Mr. Mersch. Now, is this the tyres starting to take effect? They were getting faster because of the fuel. 16.9 for Dusty, but it isn't the fastest man out there. That's Can Do in the Audi TT. But Dusty's done the business today. He's done the hard work. He's just got to bring this one home at 22 minutes into the race. 3 minutes to go. The only person who can throw this race away is Dusty at this point. The only person who can beat Dusty is Dusty. Flinch, a great race there for Flinch. Started on second, had a bit of a wobble at the start. Got stuck behind Kilroy, but managed to get himself past the Kilroy, and then got on with the business of getting on. I mean, second was the best he could get today. I don't think Dusty was beatable. Excuse me. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Kilroy, what was that, big wiggle? No. Beautiful control. Beautiful control from the Flinch through the S's. Kilroy. The Ferrari just looks like it wants to leap out at any second, but these guys are driving them sublimely. Borrow, we thought he may have been at concern, but no, who's dropped? Was Cap there? Cap must have been there. I thought Cap was closing in on the Borrow, but no, Borrow, yeah, Cap was chasing Borrow. But Borrow seems to be safe at the moment. In fourth place is the cousin of Zorro, Borrow. He lends you things. Instead of cuts a Z, he just lends you things that begin with B. Ah, Borrow. You are lending me this bicycle, thank you. Ah, Borrow. You are lending me this bread maker. I appreciate it. Ah, Borrow. I'm running out of things. You're lending me this bird cage, thank you. Cap then in fifth. It's a 19-0 from Cap last time around. Borrow there, 17-4 from Borrow. And oh no, that was lag. That was bad coding, ladies and gentlemen. See, girls and boys, when you grow up to be coders and game designers, don't do what GT7 do. That was ridiculous, wasn't it? He was a mile off the road. I reacted, and then the code suddenly fixed itself. Kilroy. Cap then, let's have a look. He's not got that pace to catch up the Borrow, I reckon. And Candu has got the pace to catch up Cap at this rate. And they've got the boss just behind them. And Mr. Mersch, he was coming in, he is still coming in strong. Let's not count out Mr. Mersch there to try and attack the boss before the end of this race. And if things go very wrong for the Cap, maybe the Cap. Because I feel like Candu is definitely going to get past that Alpha any time soon. Let's sit on board. Oh, we've only got 30 seconds left of the race, though, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. This is going to be the last lap for sure. He's not getting to that. Dusty's not getting to that line. Dusty looks like he's closed up with someone. Is that 2 arrows? No, it's not. It's just 1 arrow. So yeah, Candu may have closed up on the back of Cap, but he may be out of time, as the Stones have said. Oh, Cap's made a huge mistake. Oh, and now Candu's got all caught up in the barriers. He's picked up a 1.5 second penalty, and boss man, oh Candu, it was not your race, was it? It was not your luckiest race of racers, and so now he's going through the penalty zone. He's going to have to take that one all the way to the line. Dusty, meanwhile, takes the win, ladies and gentlemen. A great drive from Dusty there to take the checkered flag. Flinch brings it home in second, enough for that championship lead to remain. And Flinch, a good day's work in second spot, ahead of a bit of Ferrari dominance on the podium from Kilroy. Great drive from Kilroy. Borrow maintains fourth. Fantastic stuff. Now Candu is going to get hit with a penalty here. Cap's having all sorts of trouble at the end of the race. There goes Candu, and Grekos does go ahead of him, but Cap does not. Mr. Mersch goes in 8th place with Schneider in 9th. Oh, Schneider dropped behind Mersch at the end there. Spawny brings it home in 10th. And old Codger Racer, sorry, old Cougar, the Cougar, brings it home in 11th. So, wow, what a mess it was there for Candu. So, Grekos got the spot because Candu picked up a penalty that really wasn't his fault. So that's a struggle, but I don't know if they have the power to undo it. But Candu really should be ahead of Grekos, in all fairness, the boss. As much as I respect the boss, I don't think that's his position. But I don't know if they after the race. We'll see. No, we won't. We won't see. We'll never know. We'll just guess. In our minds, the fair thing that is Can Do finished in 5th there. But I mean, you know, Cap crashed. Can Do crashed into him. Grekos caught him up. It's yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Dusty, it was a great race. That's all that matters. Dusty in the win there. Absolutely planted it. He didn't get the fastest lap in the end. Can Do did. But he did a great job. He did a great job in leading that race. Did not falter. His lap time's consistent as hell from start to finish. Flinch then. Stuck behind Kilroy. Well, I say stuck behind him. He went right up his ass, wasn't he? He had to take some time to get there. But Flinch worked on the Kilroy, and finally it made an absolutely beautiful overtake to get past his fellow Ferrari. And then that was it. He was chasing down Dusty all the race, but too far away to gain on him. Kilroy in 3rd. Great drive, great solid drive. With Borrow in 4th, had to put up with some pressure along the way, but kept his head, kept defensive, and kept that 4th. Good stuff from Borrow. Grekos in 5th, officially. Picked that position up from Can Do, getting a penalty for trying to avoid Cap, who was in the wall. So a bit of a mess for 5th, 6th and 7th, but the boss there in 5th, Can Do in 6th, Cap in 7th. Oh, Cap going so perfectly until that final lap. It all just sort of fell apart for him, and I have no idea why. He was doing a great job. I don't know. Maybe he thought the race had finished before it had finished, or he just was pushing too hard because he knew Can Do was coming in with some real assumptions of overtaking. So, yeah, the Cap coming home in 7th. Mr. Mersch having some mistake at the beginning there that put him quite the way back, and he had to fight his way back up, and he caught up the Schneider, who he did his good. He had a bad lap on lap 10. Look, oh, poor Schneider. And then Sporny having a bit of an inconsistent race, really. He didn't find the Alpha below him here. He was there with competitive lap times, but they were erratic. So, yeah, Sporny not finding the consistency in the Alpha around the mountain. And Old Codger as well, having a bit of an inconsistent time in the McShady. He found it on the last lap, his fastest lap of the race. So, could be a practice for some of these guys for the next race. Let's get that loaded up then. That seemed to take ages for a 20-odd minute race. That felt like it was a longer race than that. Let us find it. Race 2. I was hoping to have a bite of my Lion Bar while I was doing this, but I didn't want to masticate on air. Right, we've got to get the details up, you see, and try and play a bit of time so I made an error, okay? I've put something in my mouth that I shouldn't have put in my mouth. And now I'm kind of stuck in a position where it was only a little bite. I really thought I could do it quickly. Right, it's gone. The hot brew's gone. You've got my full attention. Dusty starting from pole position, with Flinch starting in 2nd. We've got Borrow starting in 3rd. It's so wacky, isn't it? Kilroy starting in 3rd. Borrow starting in 4th. Can Do starting in 6th with Grekos in 5th. They may have changed that around. God knows what's going on. Cap in 7th with Mr. Mersch starting in 8th. Sporny starting in 9th. Schneider starts 10th with Old Codger starting in 11th. Right, without further delay then, let us get this 25-minute race underway, and it's Dusty. Oh, Dusty jumped the start this time. Dusty's had a huge jump at the start there, and that is not going to be helpful for him. Borrow off to a great start against the full inch. And Flinch then has to take the knee, ladies and gentlemen. He has to take second place there to Borrow. Borrow out there in the lead in the Cayman. Kilroy in third with the boss up to fourth. Dusty down in fifth after that launch. He got a little too excited at the beginning. Cap then in sixth with Schneider up to seventh already. Old Codger's had a good start as well. Spawny in the Alpha, not a great start. Can Do, terrible start in 10th with Mr. Mersch. Oh, with damage already. Mr. Mersch has hit something. He hit something and now is way back. He's got a long race ahead of him. Borrow, though, has pulled out from Flinch, and Flinch has got Kilroy all up in his rear derriere as they wait for the tyres to warm up. And Grekos there, Grekos the boss has made his way through past the Ferrari, and that Nissan looking very strong. If he stays off them curbs, it's a solid piece of equipment. Oh, what a sight. All those cars all filtering through that corner at such high speeds, and Borrow at the moment trying to make the best of this situation. But he knows the Ferrari behind him as soon as he's up to temperature, and Flinch is ready. Oh, the boss coming in strong there, and I thought the boss sent that one a little late, and he's had to heavy brake and left himself wide open to Kilroy, who is just about to come in and take up that position from you. Thank you, sir. The Nissan, though, has got Grunt trying to hold it down the straight. He's side by side, but Kilroy just slightly ahead, and now Kilroy takes third as the Nissan tries to slow down behind him. Dusty in fifth. Dusty, remember, was faster than anyone else except for Can Do in the race before, but now he's got traffic to deal with, which is quite a difficult part of the Mount Panorama experience. Schneider up to sixth again, another position made from Schneider, and Old Codger getting on with the business of getting on and doing a cracking job at the moment. Can Do has slipped down 8th place. Cap down in 9th. Mr. Mersch, hey, we're getting the 155 race at Bathurst again. Spawny's picked up a 1.5 second penalty with the Mersch now up ahead of him, and his damage is fixed, and he's getting on with trying to catch up the rest of the pack again. My word, not a great race for the Alfa Romeo team. Porsche Caymans at the moment absolutely buzzing. Buzzing balls they are at the moment down there in the pit lane, because Borrow is leading this race ahead of the Ferrari of Flinch, and they are leaving the rest of the pack behind. Kilroy and Grekos the boss fighting over that position, and Dusty sticking his nose in, fancying a piece. On board with the Mustang. On board with Dusty at the moment. He's just ahead of Schneider, who is an absolute tornado in this race. He is scything past people left, right and centre, and he's bringing Old Codger through with him. Ooh! Dusty being caught out by the Nissan brakes there. He had to make a manoeuvre to get out of the Nissan's way. He still caught him, though, unfortunately, because the Nissan wanted to turn that way. The Dusty avoided him on. And yeah, the braking, catching each other out. Oh, and Schneider's dropped it. Schneider dropping it, and for some reason Dusty picking up a penalty for that. Was there a yellow flag situation and it was an overtake? Let me see. He didn't hit him, did he? So where is Schneider? So Schneider out of control. It's the wall. Oh, I think, no, I honestly don't know. I think, who got it? Dusty. I think he hit the boss ahead of him. Yeah, the boss has got a bit of damage. So, yeah, Dusty picking up a penalty there. Contact penalty as he goes past the boss, or tries to go past the boss. And that Nissan pretty swift in a straight line. Meanwhile, all of that, Old Codger is up into fourth. Kilroy, the top three unchanged. Borrow out in the lead, doing an absolutely superb job at the moment. but the Flinch is on his way. Let's have a look at their lap times this time around. 18.4 from Borrow, and Flinch an 18.3, a lot faster than Borrow at the moment, coming in and putting the pressure on. Hopefully we've seen Borrow though. He did deal with quite a bit of pressure in the first race, and he dealt with it very nicely with some very nice defensive driving. Old Codger at the moment in 4th place. Great drive for him through the pack, with Dusty now in 5th, but he's got that 1.5 second penalty. Can Do following him up through in 6th. We got the boss down in 7th, ahead of the Cap in 8th. Mr. Mersch making his way up now ahead of the Honda and the Alfa Romeo in 9th. Spawny now in 10th as they get ahead. Oh, and Schneider's had a huge penalty for that wall hit, it seems. His spin that he had, a 3 second penalty, down in 11th, and that's just gonna light the fire for him to try and catch these guys up. We know he's fast in the NSX, and yeah, just a bit of unluckiness there for Schneider. Borrow at the moment then in the lead of the Flinch. Flinch, the faster driver of the two, as he hunts down. Oh my gosh! When the wipers go on, that is his DRS, ladies and gentlemen. There is no rain in Bathurst, so he has gone full inch, ladies and gents. He is ready. The wipers are on, the gloves are off. Flinch is ready to make his move. That's his calling card. Putting the wipers on means he is going full inch on this bad boy. So beware, Borrow. You are in danger, sir. You should be in the FBI, their victims program, the protection racket that they run, because Flinch is coming to get you, and he's gonna take no prisoners at all as they make their way around. Kilroy in a bit of no man's land ahead of Old Codger, who is being caught by Can Do. And we've seen Can Do pull off some lovely moves, but at the moment we're looking at the lead, and Borrow at the moment still ahead of Flinch. 7 minutes into the race, a long way to go for Borrow to try and cling on to that lead, with Flinch in second, laying on the pressure as he hits the red in the rev limiter. Kilroy in third, and Old Codger there in 4th, but Can Do is closing in on Old Codger. Old Codger last time around at 20.9. Now Old Codger, he's got to keep his head. He's got to keep his head. He can't try and push that McShady. Brake when you need to brake. Don't brake when that Can Do wants you to brake. And he's gone late on the brakes again. It's the pressure. Don't do it, my friend. Don't worry about the car behind you. They have to slow down. So Can Do is up and into 4th place as Old Codger tried to late brake it into that first corner, but it doesn't work. You've got to brake when you brake, and they've got to deal with it. If they hit you up the jacksie, that's their problem, not yours. Cap then is feeling the wrath as Dusty's ended up from 5th down to 7th after that penalty, and now he's all over the rear derriere of the little Alfa. And he's got an Alfa behind him coming in strong as well. So Mr. Mersch has made himself way back into this race. And oh, Cap again, having a knock with the barrier. And this time it isn't as carnage and chaotic as the last time. Dusty makes his way past quite easily. And Cap then, for his troubles, picks up a penalty as Mersch hits the wall as well. In sympathy, and the boss closing in as the Mr. Mersch picks up a 1.5 second penalty, and Spawny with a 1 second penalty as well. The Alphas not happy around the wiggly part of the track, and Schneider there, he's not set the world on fire with those lap times. I thought he was going to come out fighting for at least the fastest lap in this race, but it seems like he is struggling in the Honda. A mid-range engine, you'd think that would be a quite pleasant affair, like the Porsche and the two Ferraris. You would find that the NSX would be a more settled car, unlike some of these that are carrying the weight. Not these. Can Do, his weight's all at the front of the car. I think is it a four? Well, it used to be a four-wheel drive. It's a front wheel. No, it's a front-wheel drive. So yeah, can do. Having to drag the arse around of that Audi through the wiggly sections. I'm sure that's probably a rear-wheel drive. It's got to be on it for being a Shady. But it's a long car. It must be awful trying to get around these corners. Dusty on the Mustang. Ain't got a clue what drive that is. Mr. Mersch, I think they're all-wheel drives. He's got a penalty as well. We saw him pick that up though as he skates the Alpha around. The Boss and Cap duking it out behind him. The Cap's coming back at the Boss. And these two, they were duking it out in the first race. It was lush to see. And again, more of that action we're getting from Cap and the Boss. Oh, the Boss a little slow for the Cap in that corner, trying to push him along a bit, saying, come on, get out, get out, get out. They do have a Spawny closing in, but Spawny as well, struggling in the Alpha through this section, it seems. It seems this section is the Alpha's Achilles heel. Doesn't like the change of hill climb, maybe, or direction over the hills, but it seems a little wobbly through this section of road. And Schneider again. Oh yes, that's more like it. A 19.2 from Schneider, starting to get into his stride now, and I think we'll see some very nice lap times from the Honda pretty soon. Borrow still leads. The Flinch cannot do anything about it except for just claim fastest lap with a 17.6, and Borrow doing a 17.7. So Borrow having to raise his bar, because I don't even think we saw him doing 17s in the first race. He was kind of like early 18s. So Borrow having to push faster than he would like, possibly, and that puts him at risk in these braking zones. But at the moment, Borrow doing an absolutely stand-up job in the Cayman, whilst Flinch is climbing all over the back of the Porsche, and they have absolutely left Kilroy behind. Candu up to fourth then, past the old Codger. And Dusty then in sixth. Mr. Mersch has come across the Boss, and he's got himself through as well. Boss and the Cap, he's done the both of them. So Mr. Mersch has implemented himself back in this race after we saw his first lap tragedy. We didn't see it, we just saw he had a first lap tragedy, and now he's crawling back into the race. Cap ahead of the Boss. But we'll know that changes, because these two are absolute racers. Spawny in 10th, not his round, not his best round, unfortunately. And Schneider there in 11th. He has had nothing but bad luck this round, unfortunately, for Schneider. Flinch is in the lead. Oh, you buggering bugger, Flinch. Why do you wait until I cut away every time? I watched you for ages. You had every opportunity. Is this the same sort of move? He did this in the first race, didn't he? He's got this one executed perfectly. No, it's not in the first corner this time. Oh, Borrow a little wide, Borrow a little wide. Flinch goes and pulls alongside him. Now it's a drag race up to the top of the hill. And Flinch with that DRS, wiper DRS engaged, has got himself ahead of Borrow. Oh, what a shame for Borrow. Nothing really in it, was there? Just a slight wideness out of the corner, and Flinch there leapt. And now Borrow, all he can do is pay in kind. He's got to put that pressure on. He's got to stay behind the Ferrari and keep the Ferrari honest as the day is long. Make Flinch uncomfortable. But Flinch at the moment looks very comfortable, pulling away from the Porsche. It seems that Flinch had a little bit more pace in his back pocket anyway, and he's happy to use it at this point in the race. We are nearly 13 minutes in to a 26-minute race, still 12 minutes on the clock for plenty to happen, as Flinch then pulls off a beautiful move to take the lead of the race, and some smooth driving afterwards to pull away from the Porsche. And now the Porsche dropping back. Is Kilroy going to be able to close in on the said Porsche? Kilroy not doing the lap times Borrow was able to do, but will Borrow now drop off as Candu comes in? Candu, the danger to the podium sitters. He's very close now to Kilroy, and Kilroy could be more concerned about what's happening behind him than what's happening ahead. Borrow at the moment just has to stay in a steady pace to keep that second place. He's 2.5 seconds off his own lap time there. Old Codger being caught by the Mustang now. We saw Dusty absolutely land it in the first race, and he's just taken the fastest lap by a mile, 16.7. Unbelievable work from the Mustang, and he barely made that corner. That's going to have lost him some time, I'm sure, as the Codger then gets a little bit of breathing space. Can Do trying to close in and put that pressure on Kilroy. Kilroy, though, we can see he can soak up the pressure. He had a flinch behind him for a great deal of the first race, and he did not squirt one bit. He held it together. So Can Do, or he can close in on Kilroy all he likes. Getting past Kilroy is a total different subject altogether. Borrow then, now starting to get purples. Now he's starting to drive the car. Now he's feeling comfortable. So Borrow showing what he can do in the Porsche. Absolutely lighting up the timing screens. And looking absolutely excellent. That car, I've got to say, as simplistic that livery is, it is dynamite. It's beautiful. There's got some beautiful liveries. Flinches is nice as well, isn't it? They're just simplistic but perfect. And yeah, it kind of shows the car off. Sometimes when I get carried away and put stickers all over it, thinking, no, I'd need more sponsors. In reality, I'd need thousands of sponsors because I'm crap. And but it shows the car off more, doesn't it? The less is more situation is definitely works on some of these cars. So Flinch then. See, simple but beautiful. Kilroy has been caught up by Can Do. On board with the Audi TT. Can Do's had to put a shift in at Bathurst, hasn't he? He's had to work for his points today. And sometimes against himself. Sometimes it's just been not out of his hands. But he could get a podium before the end of the round, possibly. He's all over the back of Kilroy, but I said Kilroy, as I've said before, look, he's gone defensive already all the way down that straight. He's letting Can Do know that there's no way he's getting the apex of that corner. Now Can Do's going to try and get the overdrive out of the corner. It seems like he is. Now can Kilroy stay on the inside? Kilroy really needs to be able to keep with the port. No, he cannot. The Audi already ahead and up into third place. Can Do an absolute great drive there. I think Kilroy kind of went defensive a little too early down that straight. He should have. Who knows? He done a better job than I could have done. So who am I to say? He went defensive quite early and he gave up the corner to Can Do. Borrow then. Oh, Borrow's doing great times here, and he's staying with Flinch. If Flinch was to make a mistake, which is easily done in the Ferrari, she is still a delicate piece of machinery. She does what she does, and you are a passenger. So Flinch, he's trying to carry that Ferrari around, but still the Ferrari, very close to the wall there. As Borrow very close as well to Flinch, waiting for Flinch. He's putting the pressure on, and this is what he needs to do, and try and push Flinch so he late brakes somewhere, snatches the car, makes a mistake, and look, Borrow's going full send through there, absolutely on the edge of the Porsche there was Borrow, and he's closed right in. Borrow really is feeling the pressure. They're feeling it in the Porsche, absolutely sent it through that section of road, and Flinch very much was closed down a lot there by Borrow. Borrow is making himself known to the Flinch. Can Do in third, hunting those two down, but they have bolted. Dusty now in fourth. Oh no, Kilroy has had an issue. He's got a penalty and he slipped down to fifth as Dusty moves up into fourth and is still the fastest man in this race so far. Old Codger in 6th, and Mr. Mersch trying to close in. 17.4 last time round from Mr. Mersch. Old Codger at 27.7, lost a hell of a lot of time that last lap. He's got to be careful. Cap is in 8th, Spawny is in 9th. These have got past the boss. The boss's race has gone from worse to worse, and now Schneider is going to rub some salt into that wound, as Schneider has absolutely been on a tear. Flinch in the lead, Borrow in 2nd. We have got 6 minutes of racing. What will that equate to? 2, maybe 3 laps if you're lucky. And Borrow pushing Flinch all the way. And they cannot miscount Candu, who is not that far behind, is doing the fastest lap times of the race so far, and is closing in on our leaders. This could be cooking to be a rather exciting finale to this race, ladies and gentlemen. Flinch leads. He looks like he's pulled away again from Borrow. But we know Borrow really sends it in that tight, twisty section. And he really closed in on the Flinch last time around. And Flinch is on the move. He's going for it. It's win or bust for Flinch now. Full send into this section. He's in the purples, slowing down the Ferrari. No mistakes, no regrets. He knows it's all or nothing. I think he's coming off the back of a win as well at the last round, round 4. So this is going to add to that. Championship leader as well, I think. Did I say? Yeah, Flinch championship leader. So that's going to help a lot with that. Borrow in for a lot of points this race. Absolutely a chug full of points. Going to help him in the championship. Currently, before this round, Borrow was sitting in 5th. On 46 points, so I imagine that's going to help him out. 4th place was Old Codger Racing, who's some 6 points ahead of it, 5 points ahead of him at this point. So that's going to help Borrow out, get ahead of at least Old Codger. And he really is trying. 17.3 from Flinch, Borrow an 18.1, Candu a 17.9. It's not enough for Candu, is it, to close in on those guys? Dusty, a 17.1, a lot faster than Candu. So Dusty still wanting to get a podium out of this race. Kilroy in 5th. He looks clear of Old Codger, and Old Codger really is going to have his hands full with a Mr. Mersch. No, I think Old Codger, wasn't he? Has he got ahead of Mr. Mersch? I'm not sure. 2:18.7 he couldn't have done. An 18.8. Good lap time from Old Codger that time around. And Mr. Mersch, if he can keep those lap times rolling up until the end of this race, then there's no chance Mr. Mersch is going to be able to catch him. Spawny as well, bringing up the Alpha. Schneider has got himself a couple of positions after a terrible beginning to the race. Cap in 10th, and he's lost Grekos. Grekos has lost the plot altogether at 33 last time around. And the boss has not had a great second race here at all, just behind the Cap, who also did a big lap. They must have had it coming together, a 2:30 and a 2:33. They must have hit each other, something, or had it coming together maybe. Right then, eyes back at the front. We are 22 minutes and a half into this race. 2.5 minutes left, so I think, yeah, we'll get another lap after this one. Flinch's pain is not over yet, as Borrow is trying as much as he might to close in. And Candu has been caught. Candu must have had a penalty, because Dusty's now just burnt straight past him. And Candu there. Oh, what a shame for Candu. Has he gone? No. Oh, I went up instead of down. Sorry. Candu down in 4th place. I think he must have picked up a penalty. He must have had a knock with a wall, and that has put Dusty up into 3rd, but there is still a lap to go. Can Candu do the impossible? Can Candu do the impossible? That's clever. I'm clever. Recognise me. Flinch then, out there in the lead. Don't recognise me. It makes me feel awkward. Flinch then out in the lead with Borrow in second, with Dusty there in third, and Candu in fourth. Kilroy in fifth. Oh, not the race Kilroy was hoping. It looked like a slam dunk of a podium on the go for a short while there, and unfortunately, for some reason or other, Dusty and Candu happened to him. Old Codger racing in sixth. That's a good spot, I'd imagine, for Old Codger. He's losing a lot of points to Borrow, though, who's behind him in the championship. And purples again from the Old Codger, as Mr. Mersch. 18-1 from Mr. Mersch last time around. 17-7 from Old Codger. And Old Codger doing what he needs to do to stay in that position. He's closing in on Kilroy. Kilroy in the 19s nearly. So, yeah, Old Codger, he might be able to pick up a position before the end of this race. You never know. Mr. Mersch in 7th, Spawny in 8th. Not the race he was hoping for, but he did get ahead of Schneider, who is closing in, though. Mersch an 18-4 last time around with the Schneider 17-5. The racing's not done here. Oh, it is now. Schneider is in the wall. He is in the wall. Cap's made up a position. He'll be happy about that. Can the boss reach them? It doesn't look like the boss has had a bit of a failure of racing there near the end of this one. And Flinch is closer than it has ever been before. And Borrow really is pushing on for that win. He wants the win. Flinch, though, all he has to do is stay exactly where he is for at least 2, maybe 3 corners more, and the title is his. Round 2 winner, well, race 2 of round 2 for 5 winner of Mount Panorama. All the drama at Mount Panorama, ladies and gentlemen. So Flinch then into the final corner to take the win. Absolutely cracking driving from full inch there. Brilliant drive, and championship still leading. Borrow, great drive for second place, with Dusty grabbing that final podium position ahead of Candu in 4th, who looked like he got a penalty. And then Kilroy coming home in 5th. I imagine he wanted more out of that race, but 5th place is still 5th place. Still good points. Old Codger in 6th, managed to keep it ahead of Mr. Mersch. Spawny, consolation prize, I suppose, in 8th, ahead of Cap and Schneider and the boss, but still, that Alpha looked like it was tough work around the mountain. So Spawny brings it in 8th, Cap in 9th. A cracking drive from the Cap. And Schneider, one he'd rather forget, I imagine. And brings it home in 10th, ahead of the boss, whom is in 11th. Unfortunate for the boss. Didn't go the way he wanted it to. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Flinch takes all at the top. Great drive from him and Borrow, giving us an absolute exquisite little racing. A real fantastic, fun bit of entertainment there. Dusty in 3rd, just stealing it away from Candu there at the end, where I think Candu may have had a penalty. He seemed to be going slow down the straight. So Dusty, we were robbed. We were robbed, ladies and gents, of the fight that was coming, because Candu hit a wall probably. But great work from Candu in both races, up against it and came back. A great story for the children. And Kilroy in 5th, holding on to that 3rd for so long, but just couldn't keep that pace up ahead of Candu and Dusty. Old Codger, great drive from Old Codger. Found himself out of position after everyone having issues at the beginning. Kept his head, kept his drive, kept himself in it. And he picks up some good points there in 6th place, ahead of Mr. Mersch in 7th. Looks like the Alfa Romeos were not built for the mountain. Spawny also, the mountain was not built for the Alfa Romeos. Cap in 9th, had his issues. Likes the walls, likes to have meetings with barriers. Schneider in 10th with the boss coming home in 11th. A huge thank you to the Gran Turismo Oldies for letting me stream these, for doing all the organising of these races. Huge thank you to our Pro Sim racers for getting out there and giving us full entertainment value in their racing. And a huge thank you to you guys out there that are picking up these videos and getting into them. It's nice. It's nice. It's a good way of escape. So we'll see you next time. Oh, well, I might even be able to see. We'll tell you where we're from with League 3 next time out, ladies and gentlemen. League 3 next time out. It'll be round 6, Suzuka. That's one of my favourites. And it's Group 4, so it's a two sprint race. So yeah, we'll be with League 3 already. They've come round again. League 3 at Suzuka in the Group 4 cars. Look forwards to that, ladies and gents. It's going to be banging. Big congratulations to Flinch and Dusty on their wins today. And Can-Do saying absolutely fantastic commentary as always. Oh, bless you. And Spawny saying cheers, Thingy. Appreciate the stream. Always. It's never a chore. Thank you, guys. Okay, then. Enjoy your Sundays. Enjoy your F1 race if you're going to watch it later. And the next time I'll be back with the Deltonas from the Ultimate Racing League. They're always fun. I can't wait. Tiru, peace and love. I went hard. I went too hard. Sorry, hang on. I can do it, honestly. Oh, maybe I can't. Peace and love. No, I can't. Peace and love. Peace.